I have good news and I have, I don't want to say bad news because I don't believe in bad news. I just believe in, maybe uncomfortable news about the financial markets, about businesses, about a lot of things that are going on out there, about our governments, about a lot of areas of our lives that maybe you don't really want to believe is going on. But I have some really, really good news after I share some information as a former investment banker and somebody who actually worked on Capitol Hill also. I'm going to share some stuff with you. And I'm going to tell you why it's all really good. Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through the fears and live an amazing life. Why do I keep saying that? If you don't break through fear, you will live your life in anxiety, worry, and you'll be on this emotional roller coaster so that when everything's great, oh, I'm feeling good, and then when it's not, nobody wants to do this, right? When you go in awakening, you're up here. You have some downs, and you're always going to have that, but you know how to deal with them. So I'm going to share some things about, our world out there. The financial markets are extremely corrupt. Banks are corrupt. Governments are corrupt. The medical industry is corrupt. Now, does this mean all of it is? Absolutely not. There's some really amazing, wonderful people out there, and there are people that do the right things. And I'm going to tell you the good part in a minute. I mean, I have friends who are doctors that told me they couldn't possibly share the truth with their patients or anybody else or they'd get fired. Should you ever be in a job like that? That's changing. People are standing up and saying, I won't work in an environment like that. Same thing with governments. People are saying, you know what? I'm not going to stand by and allow this to happen, even if the powers that be might try to squash me. But it's happening less and less. Same thing with, all of our institutions out there and corporations. Whenever you're dealing with large amounts of money, you have a lot of corruption. This is why, as a former investment banker, I couldn't wait to get out of it. That's not a life I wanted to live, and I quit. And here we go. I learned how to create online businesses. I got internet training. I empowered myself. But what I want to share with you today is, it seems like the majority of people are the corrupt and evil and all this other names that we give them. But the truth is they're not. The majority of people are actually caring, giving, loving people. But here's what I liken it to, and you Europeans will get a kick out of this. There could be 100 Americans in the room who are well behaved, and they're often France or England or someplace, and there'll be one American who's acting badly, and so everybody's going to say, oh, those Americans, they're obnoxious. But the other 99 you didn't hear. You didn't even know they were in the room because they were behaving. And that's how it is out there. We're getting a bad rap, humanity is, because we're being told that the majority of us are evil, rotten people, and we're not. What we are is sheeples. What does that mean? We're following people that we trust in those position powers who don't have our best interests in mind and believing them. And so we have to start thinking independently and stop being sheeples and having other people tell us what's right and true. And we don't do our research. And so we use plastic and we poison ourselves and we brush our teeth with poison. And we accept all of this. We've been so brainwashed and conditioned, and it's really a small portion of people that are in those positions that don't care about the rest of us. That's the good news. Here's what's going to happen. As soon as we wake up, the veils are coming down, and it's happening more and more. That's why you're seeing big changes happen. We're starting to think as independent people and say, no, I'm not going to do that. That's not right. I won't buy plastic again. I won't eat at fast food places. We have to take responsibility. I cannot blame anybody else anymore. So I have students. If a potential student comes to me and says, you need to help me because these people are doing this and they're doing this, and I said, I can't work with you. Why? Because you're blaming everybody. And when you start looking here and realize it doesn't matter what somebody else does, my response is what counts. Are you with me? Are you with me? say no. Just say no to anything. I said zero tolerance. I shot these videos months ago. Zero tolerance. What is that? I don't have to approve of you or like you, but I won't go along with what you're doing. And I'm not going to live that life anymore. So if me walking away and all the other millions of people walk away from the business that is destroying our planet or doesn't care about people, if we walk away, we'll put them out of business. We're going to put them into the business of doing healthy things. They'll survive perfectly fine. They'll have to make some changes, but it'll be maybe cost a little bit more. Their profit margins might be hurt. Not ultimately. The cause and effect, the return on that's going to be huge. I don't care why somebody changes to organic whatever. If they do it to make more money, I'm fine. As long if their intentions are not good, that's still their thing. As long as the results are really, really good for the rest of humanity, let's get on board with it. So let's teach the companies to make higher choices for us, because that's the only thing that we will accept. We have to do it. And so if there's something that you really love, I want you to take a good hard look at it. If it's poisoning you, you got to get yourself off of it. I know somebody whose dad was a vice president. This is a long time ago. These people are long gone. Somebody whose dad was a vice president of a major, major soda company over here. He got free sodas for the rest of their lives, cases, all they wanted. He wouldn't allow it in the house because he knew what was in it. Does that tell you something? Yet he allowed it to be sold to other people. We got to say no. We've got to make choices. What do you do for a living? What are you eating? What are you supporting? What are you supporting? Majority of people out there are very good people. They're just ignorant to what their power is. So everything I teach is empowerment. Activate Your Magic, my advanced manifesting course. I'll tell you, you can do anything. You can freak people out with the stuff you can do. But if you don't believe it, we have no place to start. So, yes, some really, really bad stuff was happening in the markets. Capitol Hill, absolutely abhorrent. And the thing is that when you're in these industries, you don't talk about it. No, you are not allowed to talk about that stuff. It's like a private club. So half of the stuff that's going on, you're never going to see. So we don't have to put our attention on that. All I know is what I do and what I'm creating. And the rest I'm really not interested in. I don't care who did what or who's tweeting what. If you're putting your time and attention on it, you're fueling the very problem. Because guess what? You manifest whatever you put your focus on. Yeah, even if you disapprove of it, you give it power. You're that powerful. You are that powerful. So are you ready to step away from the corruption? It's really a small percentage, but it has a huge impact if everybody else goes along with it. That's all that's happening. Majority of people are very good, loving, giving people. You'd be shocked at how amazing they are. Even people you think are jerks, they will astound you. They'll turn around and do things you never thought possible when they're really put to the test. Everything's cause and effect. Everything you do, it counts. You are that important. I hope you'll subscribe. I have free videos. I've got courses out for you. I help you breaking through the fear, advanced manifesting. I'm helping my students go out of that limited thinking and believing all the garbage and creating all things that are new and beautiful. That great new world that's being formed right now as we speak. You can participate in it. You guys, free videos for internet training. Go check it out. Get creative. Expand your knowledge, your skills. Go do things. You can. Yes, you can. No excuses. I don't want to hear excuses coming out of your mouth. You know what I have to say about that? Shut your pie hole. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my beautiful light being. Namaste.